Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Film Reviews. Now today is a very exciting day because we got a lot of launches from POCO. Now we not only have the POCO F5 but we also have the F5 Pro. The F5 will be done in a separate video, and in this video we're going to focus mainly on the F5 Pro and what it really offers to you as a user. Now just before we start today's video, I want you to know that the POCO F5 Pro is going to be the most affordable Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 device here in Malaysia. So pricing will definitely differ based on where your region is, but I'll put in the price for Malaysia down below. Alright, so now that we've got that out of the way, what are the key features of this particular POCO F5 Pro? Now we have to check out the box first and foremost to see what we get inside. Naturally, you do get the 67-watt fast charge charger, you also get a Type-C cable, and you also get the transparent case. So those are the three standard items that you will get in the box, but the POCO F5 Pro here actually comes with three key features that I really want to focus on in today's video. Let us begin. Now first and foremost, we do have here the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 that I said, which is supposed to be a very powerful processor on a POCO device. This is going to be the most powerful POCO device to date. Other than that, I also want to highlight the fact that we actually have more storage and RAM right off the box. So you can actually get configurations of up to 12 gigabytes of RAM here in Malaysia, and if you need a lot of storage, this is where you can actually go for the 512 GB version, which is really huge. So just in terms of power and performance, you don't really have to worry too much about that. I've actually been gaming a bit on the POCO F5 Pro, and I did notice that as per previous Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 devices, it does tend to heat up a little bit, but because POCO actually put in a pretty large vapor chamber and all that, so the heating is not that bad, but there is still a little bit of heating going on with the F5 Pro. Having said that, regardless, just in terms of performance, you can expect great performance regardless of whether you are gaming or if you are just using it on a daily for day-to-day performance. Alright, so the second key thing about this device here is actually about the charging. Now this POCO F5 Pro actually, like I said, supports the 67-watt fast charge, but what's more important about this device here is that it actually supports wireless charging, guys. It supports 30 watts wireless charging, and I know a lot of you out there actually really appreciate and want wireless charging on your phones. So there you have it, the POCO F5 Pro has that, and you might need to get a wireless charger because obviously it's not available in the box. But great to see POCO finally having wireless charging on their device. Now another point that I should also mention, since we are talking about the charging, is that we do have a fairly large battery in here. It's slightly more than 5100 mAh, so it is a very huge battery, and of course with a large battery, naturally your battery life is going to be better, but you do have to sacrifice a little bit in terms of weight because this is a slightly hefty weight, I would say, slightly more than 200 grams here on the POCO F5 Pro, but because it has this like curves on the back panel here, it actually makes for a very comfortable phone to hold. Alright, so let's move on and talk about the third key feature about the POCO F5 Pro, and that is actually in terms of the display at the front. Now we're going to flip it to the front once again, and this is actually a very high resolution display. It is a WQHD Plus display, but just in layman terms, this is actually a display that has exceeded 500 pixels per inch. So this is actually like similar or close to like the S23, Galaxy S23 devices where they have really high resolution displays. So if you are the kind of person who likes to watch a lot of YouTube, or let's say you do a lot of Netflix, you watch a lot of content on your phones and you really appreciate a higher video quality, I think you might want to check this out. Now obviously this is also running on 120 Hz. It is an AMOLED display panel, so everything is very smooth, and other than that, it also features a very high peak brightness. If I'm not mistaken, it's about 1400 nits. So where I had a little bit of issue with the POCO F5 where it wasn't really as bright as I wish it was, the POCO F5 Pro here, you won't have any issues, especially if you are in Malaysia, you are outdoors most of the time and you want that really bright display. Well, this is where you will get it on the POCO F5 Pro. Now a couple of more things that you might want to know about this device, I would say is in terms of the cameras. Now if you just take a look at the cameras, we do have a triple camera setup. The main one again is the key focus here. It is a 64 megapixel unit with OIS. Other than that, you also have the standard 8 megapixel ultra wide and 2 megapixel macro lens. That is also available on the POCO F5. In fact, the camera configuration on the F5 and F5 Pro are actually very similar. And taking photos, day-to-day shots actually look quite average. It's decent. I wouldn't say it's great. I definitely wish the cameras were a little bit better because I noticed that in one particular situation, I was trying to take a picture of my breakfast and the white balance was a little bit off. So it looked too blue, and when I shift the device slightly towards the left, it came back to normal, correct colors. So sometimes the white balance might be a bit off, but I believe that might also be due to, pre-production software and all that. But hopefully, POCO fixes this so that we have a better camera on the F5 Pro, because I did find the sensors on this F5 to be quite good. So that's in terms of the cameras. Again, don't expect spectacular cameras on a POCO F5 Pro. It is good enough and definitely sufficient for you to share on your social media. Now, last but not least, I think we do have stereo speakers as well. We do have the X-axis haptics. That means that, just typing and navigating on the phone itself is going to be a very, very fun experience because it's just very smooth and you have those crisp vibrations. But yeah, this is pretty much what you can expect from the POCO F5 Pro. Again, a pretty solid, Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 device for a very affordable price point, and you do get the ability to go very high storage, that super high resolution display at the front, that large battery, wireless charging. If you appreciate wireless charging, you can find that on the F5 Pro. Now with that said, that pretty much sums up my video for today. That's a quick look at the POCO F5 Pro. If you do happen to have any further questions, let me know down in the comment section below. For now, let us just put the F5 and F5 Pro side by side for a very quick photo op. You can see that this is the white F5 and the white F5 Pro, and I also have the black F5 over here. I think the white on the F5 Pro looks really nice and minimalist. Again, very nice and clean design here by POCO. Alright, that's it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to drop a like to support the channel, sub to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Stay safe, everybody. Bye bye.